Welcome back, normies, weebs, otakus, dudes who look like Nosferatu, Zod. If I look like him, I'd eat a Tide Pod. Quit it with the facade. Try switching places, just applaud. Like Aoi Toto, in case you ain't know so. Blood to the heart, these the couples I chose so. You get it? Blood, Choso, from Jujutsu Kaisen. Also like the couples I chose, so yeah, you get it. I may start doing those fun, cringy little freestyles in the beginning of my videos just to add something different. Today I'm talking about something I actually enjoy a lot. You obviously know what that is, hence the title and thumbnail, but I'm going over my personal top 10 favorite anime couples. But I do want to say before we start that as a closeted romantic, I really enjoy romance anime and manga. It's top 3 for me, and the couples in those series play the biggest part. I can like the couple and not enjoy the series, but if I don't like the couple, I won't enjoy the series. That being said, there are way more than 10 couples I like, so I listed some honorable mentions, which I will start with those. And they won't be in any particular order, I'll brush through those fairly quickly as well. So honorable mentions: Otanashi and Kanade from Angel Beats. The first couple that made me tear up, actually. I love that ending, but the couple is short-lived. It's a beautiful tragedy, but the very last scene gives us all hope they lived happily together. There's another couple on here that follows a similar path, but I'll go over that later when we get there. Mai and Sakuda from Bunny Girl Senpai. They're in the honorable mentions mostly because that series is so dense with exposition that I don't remember much of their relationship. I do remember Sakura shouting in front of the whole school to Mai and other things, but realistically if I rewatched, they would most likely probably move up in the top 10. Nagisa and Tomiya from Clannad. The main reason is that I simply didn't watch After Story. I will get to it, I'm just not ready to cry because of anime right now. From what I've seen of their relationship and things I've heard through cultural osmosis, I enjoy them being a couple. Plus I have a daughter, so the fact they went the distance and have a daughter makes me look at them differently. Nasa and Tsukasa from Tonikawa. I only watched the first season and they just stick in my head. At first Tsukasa seems a little sus, but she always steps up and proves she does care about Nasa. I know something has to be up with her, but I don't read the manga, so this is based off the first season. The final honorable mention, and people will probably disagree with them only being honorable mention, but it's Yona and Hawk from Yona of the Dawn. Even though I haven't read the manga and that's where the majority of their moments are, I still put them on honorable mention based on the chemistry that I've seen in the short anime adaptation. Also things I've seen from the manga on Twitter that get spoiled for me, of course. Thank you very much. They resonate with each other, and you know the payoff will be there eventually. Getting into the actual list, I'm starting off with a banger. More like a bang him. Okay, that was distasteful. But number 10 is Yuri and Victor from Yuri on Ice. Opposites attract, and not only do these two different personalities belong with each other, but they make each other better. Their relationship isn't just beneficial in matters of the heart, but in almost every aspect of their life. They propel one another forward, making the uncomfortable parts of themselves the norm. They help each other see the beauty in their own flaws and bask in it. Nahu and Suwa from Orange. Now this may be an unpopular opinion because people most likely choose Kakeru to pair with Nahu, but I personally think Suwa is one of the best male characters in any romance setting. The previous couple was all about opposites, but Nahu and Suwa may possibly be one of the most compatible couples. They have similar personalities, but Suwa is just more confident, which I think is perfect for someone like Nahu. Kakeru was a good character and a good guy, but I just think Suwa is a better match. They were my favorite couple in the series, and now my 9th favorite couple overall. Number 8, Rin and Shiro from Fate Unlimited Blade Works. Honestly, this may be biased rearing its ugly head because Rin is my second favorite waifu and Shiro is a character I can sympathize with in certain ways. No need for bias though, because they are actually the best couple in Fate. You see their relationship building throughout the entire series, with Rin being the classic tsundere and Shiro downplaying how he feels. In the end, you get to see their relationship mature as they are in college. Well, I think it's a college, but you get the sense that they are in a more mature adult relationship, which is rare to see in anime. They're also one of the best looking couples as well. Hori and Miyamura from Horimiya. This selection is purely based off instinct. I remember watching this series and really enjoying their relationship. I'm planning on rewatching this, but I know they will stay somewhere around this ranking. I enjoy the series as a whole because of them as a couple. The DGen in me loved the fact Hori liked being handled and talked to rough. It wasn't just that though, the ending left me a little surprised and I was genuinely happy for both of them. It just seemed like they made it through the gauntlet of high school romance to level their relationship up. I never would have thought I would choose those two to be in my list because I never talked about the series, but when I was drafting couples I instinctively chose them almost in an instant. I had 25 couples to choose from, but they stood out when I was looking at all of them. I will definitely read the manga though eventually as well. Number 6, Hinata and Naruto. The staple of shonen relationships. Not much needs to be said, but I'm sure I will still ramble on because Naruto is my favorite series. The entire relationship is built on the foundation of Hinata being true to the boy who saved her from the bullies. She is the ideal woman in any setting, but the fact that she's in a battle series makes it special to me. Her tenderness and devotion to put herself in harm's way for Naruto speaks volumes, especially against pain. The DGen in me once again would like to bring up that she's a lucky gal though. I mean, come on, Kagebushin no gangbang jutsu? Alright? Huh? Yeah, you fucking know, you perverts. Number 5, Yuna and Rio from Love Me, Love Me Not. Most of you may not know who this couple is, but first let me start off by saying Rio is my number 2 husbando, behind another entry coming up soon. This series was made from the same creator of Aoharu Ride, and spoilers for the rest of the list, but Aoharu's couple is not on here. I enjoyed this manga more than Aoharu personally. Maybe it's because I did read it first and they do share some similarities, but I definitely prefer them over the other couple in Love Me, Love Me Not as well. They made it on this list this high mostly because of Rio. He isn't just some handsome high schooler who looks like a fairy tale prince. He's a good guy. He really helps Yuna grow, not as a girlfriend but as a person. She does help him as well, but I really enjoyed his character. They adapted the manga into an anime movie. If you haven't read the manga, you'll most likely enjoy the movie, but it's one of those cases where the manga is far superior. It's hard to condense 12 volumes into a movie. One way or another, check it out. It's only 48 chapters, or at least watch the movie. For me, por favor. Number 4, Misaki and Usui from Maid Sama. Remember when I said Rio was number 2 husbando for me? Well, Usui is the end-all be-all number 1 husbando. Perfect isn't a word I often use, but from what I've seen, he is the perfect man. To be fair, I didn't read the manga yet, so I only watched the anime, and I know he has some noble lineage, and I also know how they end up in the manga. I can say just about the same thing I said last time. Usui is the driving force here, but Misaki is a better character than Yuna in this scenario. Usui manages to scale the giant wall Misaki puts up, and she is smart enough to know that he isn't a bad guy. I have watched Maid-sama probably 3 times now, and I never get tired of it. Anytime she calls his name, Usui comes busting in to save the day. Time for the top 3, and starting off, here's another shonen couple, but this time it's an OG one. Number 3, Keiko and Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's pretty simple. Keiko is the original ride or die waifu for me. She walked so girls like Hinata from Tokyo Revengers could run. She kept Yusuke grounded, and their relationship was always being tiptoed around, but it was obvious they loved each other. Towards the end, even though it was a rush, she did shout at the sun saying she is done waiting and tired of Yusuke being focused on fighting more than her. When you are here, you are here, she says. But it's all tells her that she doesn't have to wait anymore. Keiko runs and jumps into his arms. Think about how old this series is. They used the running on the beach trope before it was even a meme. She kisses him and it felt so special. It's that pouring of emotions that felt all too real, and even though the ending was rushed, he at least gave us the couple in the end that we needed. That closure is exactly what most shonens miss. Number 2, Kaori and Kosei from Your Lie in April. Well, I talked about Kanade and Otanashi in an honorable mention section that there was another couple that followed a similar path, where they technically didn't do their relationship thing or reveal their feelings to the end. Well, this is at entry, but it's different in all fairness. Sure, Kaori pretended to be interested in Kosei's friend, but we know that was a scheme to get closer to him. You can feel their chemistry as the episodes pass, especially when they play music or talk music together. The actual emotion poured into the letter she wrote to him at the end resonated with me so hard. I actually cried hard and felt so much emotions watching it. It started with her being fascinated with him but grew into love. I wish they had more time together. Kosei needed her and she helped him get back to the things he loves. That in turn changed who he is as a person the best way possible. They have a beautiful relationship even though it wasn't official. I have to put him on here. The scene of him playing the piano, I felt her presence there. He knew that she didn't make it. That might be one of the most beautiful scenes in all of anime. My number 2 couple. Now it's time for number 1. Cue the music. Saki, Nagase, and Naoya from Girlfriend. Just kidding, even though I do love that series and them, check out my Girlfriend video to see the trashy greatness. Oh, and by the way, Nagase is still best girl. My true number 1 selection is Toru and Kyo from Fruits Basket. I won't say too much about them, it's an obvious choice, especially if you watch season 3. It started for me at the end of season 1 though, right when he fully transformed and Toru saved Kyo. At that point the bond started to weave tight around them. He would have been gone if she didn't chase him. Toru is the most wholesome character. Well, maybe Yuzu from Taisho Otome Fairy Tail gives her a run for her money, but Toru slowly chipped away at the almost impenetrable wall that is Kyo. Kyo always felt troubled around Toru because he believes it's her fault her mom died, but Toru being Toru, she consoled him and let him know that it wasn't his fault, and her mom wouldn't hold contempt for him, and neither was she. It was a weight off his shoulders, and he can finally be happy with who he is, which allows Toru to love him and him to love her. I hope you enjoyed this list. I really had fun making it. Maybe do some more things like this in the future. If you like it, please like this video or comment, let me know what you think. And also put in the comments your favorite couples or what do you think of my list. See you next time, and remember, stay normie, stay weeb, shit even in between is fine. Till next time, peace.